On today's show, Barb and I are going to make a really delicious sheet pan pork tenderloin meal. The pork tenderloin is going to sit on a bed of pickled cucumbers, and the pork is going to be stuffed with onions, bacon, garlic, some spices. This is going to be delicious. Let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show.
The question of the day, do you like olive oil? If you like olive oil, give me a thumbs up.
To get started, I have the oven preheating to 350. I have the meat in the freezer until I cut it up. So I just pulled out the bacon and I used my scissors and I cut them up into small little pieces. And as they warm up, I'll be able to get little pieces like this that I can insert inside this. The pork roast has been in there just as long, so it's firmed up a little bit. So we can put that on the red cutting board. Just like that. Wow, that is great. And let me try to get my hands dry so I don't slip using this knife. And the first thing I want to do is sharpen up my knife. So I just have a handheld knife sharpener, and you just want to do this a few times. Just like that. Probably more times you do it the better, but you get the idea. And then I use a drying towel and I run it over to make sure there's no metal shavings on it. Now I have all set and ready to work here my cutting board. And when you order Chinese food, if you ask for chopsticks, they'll give you a package with chopsticks. And they're really nice to have because you can do a Hasselback potato, or you could do something like this where you put the chopsticks on each side, line them up on the end, and then you can just cut, and you won't cut all the way through. I would leave probably 1/4 to 1/2 of the meat so it doesn't fall apart on you. Things tend to shrink just a little bit when they cook anyway. So, and these knives of course are so sharp, if you didn't have these sticks here, you'd cut all the way through this. Almost. Just go as far as you can cut with these. At some point you're just going to have to stop and just leave a little piece there. So that's what it looks like now. I should be able to sneak my knife in here, just like that, to lift it in place. But I almost forgot. Spray your aluminum foil. Usually things like meat are greasy enough where they won't stick, but it doesn't hurt. Okay, here we go. That right on there like that. Then the next thing we want is, using my clean hand, I'm using a roasted garlic out of a squeeze bottle. And I just kind of open these up a little bit. Just kind of give it a little bit of a drop in between each one. Get too much, you can probably roll that over into the next one. Just like that. There you go. How about that, huh? Then, get rid of that. marjoram here. I think I have to worry about putting too much on. I think just a nice sprinkle is what you need here. Just like that. Cucumbers are looking like they're doing good there. Now the next part of this is the bacon and the onions. So I'm going to shove some bacon in each of these slots. And if your bacon isn't warm enough, you might have to let it sit for a minute and warm up. Bring it out of the freezer, takes a bit. But it makes it a lot easier to cut if you just freeze it for probably 5 minutes. We froze it for. And we're going from meat to meat here. We don't have to worry about cross-contamination. Although everything on here is to be cooked anyway. There's no fresh vegetables here right now. You notice I use the red meat cutting board. Then I sliced up some onions. This is the hard part, getting an onion to stay together. Just like that. Bacon in there. Slot, just push my onion in there, wherever it terminates, that's the height that it's terminating at. This last one here, just like that. We can get rid of this. Now we can throw this in the oven. This is my digital probe. Using my Taylor thermometer today. Turn it on. Set the temperature to alert me at 175. Then just plug it in. Tells me the meat's 41. Wait till it beeps. It is time to pull out that roast and see what things look like. So, it smells delicious. Stop the timer here. Let's go get it. I used 2 thermometers to check this. My Taylor thermometer said that it was 175 with a remote probe, and then I decided to check it with the instant read, and the instant read only said 160. So I put it back in for a few minutes, and then I checked it again. So you have to kind of keep an eye on your thermometers and make sure that they're working correctly. I'm going to have to look into that because, you know, you don't want to overcook your meat, but you don't want to undercook it either, because that could be real bad as well. So there we go. Now we got to get this meat out of here. just grab a nice piece in the middle here. Just to serve this up. There we go. Right on top of the cucumbers. Wow, this looks fantastic. The pan's gonna be hot, so well, I hope you've enjoyed cooking along with me, and if you want to see more of these just like this, here's a couple more.